Trust me, mate. When murder investigation, when MIT turn up on front doorsteps and get them in a room, they're all squealing. All of them. I've just got a violation warning there because I'm speaking the truth. But you go through your depositions on an M charge, you go through your undisclosed, you go through your disclosed, and you won't be shocked. If you're at that level, you know the snitches all over the gaff. But you will not be shocked to find out that you have got that drug dealer's sister's mother snitching on you. You've got that drug dealer's dad snitching on you. Trust me, mate, making statements, writing you off left, right and centre. Fully convinced you're getting lifed off. No one's going to hear about this. You ask any lifer that's doing a 30, 35 rec and ask them how much snitching's gone on in there. Just because they're not in the court case standing on the dock screaming murder doesn't mean they're not snitching, like. Statements in the hundreds, mate. All your area, your neighbours who you grew up with and give them dough all your life, they've switched on you. Telling the police about your gang life and how much when you let the gun discharge the gun 6 months ago, and then you've got that bird there who's fell your cuts for dealing drugs. Yeah, he's been there. And they're all having a little fair share of intelligence in you. Honest to God, lad, they're all sinking you. All of them. Look at my situation. I'm smack bang in the middle of the criminal fraternity in the criminal world. Normally in that criminal world, if that criminal snitched on me and I was in jail, I could have a word with that criminal, he would get that criminal to drop the charges, and guess what? We're all criminals, no one's a snitch here. That's the way it normally works. But because we had them all shook and we'd stepped on loads of people's toes in the criminal fraternity who thought they were special and had locked down, when we're in a mess now with some of the naughtiest criminals in the city making statements against us and getting put on remand for conspiracy to murders, I'm landing on these wings with, you know, high-ranking drug smuggling people, Paul Hannon, you know, major criminals from back in the day who were caught up in these circles with this Willie Moore, with that firm, with that firm, with that firm. I'm approaching these on this remand wing. They're 35, I'm 22, 24. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm on them. Get in to drop the statements. Get in to drop the statements. And, you know, I'm on it. Not just him. To people outside, yeah, we've sorted it as, yeah, we've sorted it as. They're lying. They haven't done nothing. This and Paul Hannon and that, yeah, we've boxed them out, we've had words, they've reassured us, they're not turning up, everything's going to go sweet. Did it? They went all out to get me lifed off, mate. All of them. Even the criminal old school gangsters that you think stood to that rule of no snitch and deal with it back on the streets. You fully had seen, I'd witnessed myself for years. Top heads getting together, charges dropped overnight, statements withdrawn overnight, kids out within 3 days. That was the way it was when I was growing up. Been through loads of situations where we've been snitched on by drug dealers, dropped the charges, kid, dropped out. Do you understand? None of that happened in this, mate. All them old school drug stealing gangsters who were all Willie Moore's age, all on the same thing, all on the same parcel. Every time his parcel came in, it'll get cut off to him. And every one of them went out the way to keep me in custody. Because we were disturbing everyone's graft in the city at that time. We brought MI5 and Special Branch into the city and they locked it down, and you could not shift or move anything. And when they came in the city over these IEDs, cars getting placed out, police stations and nightclubs like this, when the Special Branch came in for that and started kicking doors off and just putting pressure on the old school grassers, the gangsters, although it weren't us, we started getting messages serious people from high up in the criminal world telling us you need to stop what you're doing. Doing the police's work. It's what they were doing the police's work. You need to stop what you're doing. What do you think you are to tell us what to do and what not to do? That was the attitude. So because we've had that attitude with them, jog on who think you are, disturbing their graft, terrorising their grafters all over the gaff. Busies all over the place wanting to know who's letting these explosions off. When we've landed in jail on that murder charge, they went, let him rot, keep him in there, don't let him get out. Anyone else, it would have been, yeah, bam, bam, bam. A month later on the streets, get it dealt with, money being paid, whatever, you know, get it dealt with in some way, in the criminal way. But because we wrecked everything on them, they just went out the way to keep us in jail. So don't get your shit in a twist, lad, you know. I won that little war that they started. They started snitching, I never. So what do you need to know? The people that know, mate. Real people that know. As I said earlier on, you know, this grass shout that you're coming on with, it's been in existence from Willie Moore's back in the day. You know, when they tried to kill me and got themselves lighted off. It's where this starts from. So when they're in jail screaming that I've snitched on them, I'm in jail. So when they're in that jail over there, I've had scousers come from off his wing, come into this jail on this wing and sit with me and eat the dinner with me and drink tea with me and call him a snitch. You ask any old school gangster from back in the day and they will tell you exactly what Willie Moore is. For years and years and years. That's why Tommy jogged him on like that. Golden snitch, they used to call him, mate. Tommy used to call a load of people like that golden snitch shouts. How did the cops get Darren Waterhouse's name in the first instance? Don't know, you know, mate. In the first instance, I don't know, mate. I haven't got a clue. You need to write a book, Darren. It's pointless, lad. It's pointless, mate. You need to stop snitching, lad. Your dad's a snitch, mate. Isn't he, Mason? You know, I've done jail for your dad. So the audacity you've got there to chat shit like that. It's definitely not pointless. You should definitely write a book, says Lindsay. Can't be arsed, mate. I'm not like the knobheads, mate. Why is writing a book pointless? Why would I want to write a book about a shit life? Why would I want to write a book and, like, what's interesting, exactly? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not another washed up criminal that thinks he's that important and to have a book written about his life story. Do you understand? I'm just not that. So swallow that. Johnny T, Daz, these are jealous, bro, that you're doing something good with your life. I'm not asked about them, I didn't even know they were there till you mentioned them. You've got to learn to ignore the dickheads that aren't on the same page as you, mate. I always say it. When you're dying for a mention, you don't get one, unfortunately, rats. So you can keep on typing away, doing what you do. France is saying if it came to it, they would snitch. That's what I'm saying, lad. Honest to God, loads of people talk a good one, mates, until you see the level of violence that you go to and they just start shitting themselves. You'll have police turning up on the scene. We're not making a statement, but... Same thing these days, like. You don't need to put the name on statements no more, mate. I want to see a statement, I want to see a statement. Don't write them on statements, it's all intelligence now. It's all intelligence. If you've got beef with that kid there, and it's been ongoing for a few months, and now you've went through his door and you've chopped him or whatever you've done, right? His ma, his sister, his dad, his auntie, some of his mates, when the police are asking him questions, has your son had any difficulties or any confrontations or situations with anyone? Yeah, but I'm not writing it on a statement. Oh, that's okay. You don't need to write in a statement. Just tell us what you know. Tell us the names. Tell us the information you know. It's all the same. It's like you little rats. You know, you have a problem with me. I have a problem with you. You're running around saying you're gonna kill me. I know I'm gonna kill you. You, like a shithouse. Instead of sitting me off, waiting how many hours it takes, and dealing with me, you, as a shithouse, will run round to my ma's house and shoot windows through, like a snitch. You know quite well, as a drug dealing scumbag, the minute you shoot the windows out of that house, you have purposely brought police into a situation that they never had a clue about. That's you being a shithouse grass, knowing quite well you need them police in this situation. And there's loads of yous out there, shithouse snitches. Rather less shots off of cars and house windows, get the police involved so you can't get yourself shot and dead. Loads of yous. Yes, Ryan, Emma Reynolds, just seen your podcast. Which one, lad? What 1 out of the 21 I've done? I've done a podcast with some fella. I think he's a journalist or something. And I've done it like 18 months ago, 2 years ago or something. And his podcast got recommended for an award. And on the back of that, he's doing some sort of audio thing. And the piece, my podcast, he's done loads of podcasting, and the one he's done with me is being highlighted as powerful. So now me is being placed into one of his books, explaining the ripple effect from the podcast interview. Does that make sense? So he's getting the audio of the podcast interview, that section with me, and placing it into this audio type book thing that he's developing on the back of him achieving this award. Oh, whatever. So it's mad out there. Remember him? Drug dealer. It's mad out here. High tops, low tops, hang tops, hang tops. He was a baker. So when I speak about him, because the bakers were on me, a few of the baker's cousins were on the toes. And because they were on the toes in these places, certain people would target me, like Carpo and that. And he was with these cousins. And one of these cousins just happened to be Shemrock. You know, the MMA fighter? Well, he had a brother who was in Thailand or somewhere, just a little coke sniffing kid. fighting kid. And he used to do this shout, high top, low top, high top, low top type thing. And they start casing me because I'm speaking about the bakers. He's starting to tap into the argument now, so now I'm tapping into him. And because I'm tapping into him, now this Shemrock's jumping on the bandwagon. He's not now, but years ago I'm speaking about them, so they start, and this is what I'm saying, I start speaking about them rats, before you know it, people just make it their business, start screaming about me, so I start screaming about them, and it's just been like, more people make it their business, and then I'm speaking about them, then they make it, and it's just like mad. It's crazy what went on, I'm telling you. But I'm still here, mate. Done me jail, went right through me jail, on normal location, buzzing off scousers from all over the gaff outside, thinking the crazy gunman, landing on the wing, hitting the numbers, refusing to come back on normal location, seeing it, I don't know how many times, scousers thinking they're mad, refusing to come out the segregation unit because they're going to get slapped up. Scousers getting put in debt, having to hit the fences from wolves. We can't even defend him because he's bumped the wool. Do you understand? Seen it all, me mate. Honest to God, I've seen it all. I've seen all them big gangsters that you speak about. When I speak about the Farleys, I've seen every one of them shitting themselves, running for their lives and shit, do you understand? Screaming on the street, call the police, call the police. Nothing shocks me. Nothing shocks me, mate. I use the Farley name because they're the first name that comes to mind. You know, I've witnessed all sorts of dirty shit with them. All sorts though.